This place is an exciting museum. We want to bring up positive memories of individuals who have dedicated their lives and given their lives to saving others. The heroes, those individuals, and those memories are what Fire Memories is all about.
Carolyn and Robert Greene have a story to share. A story of courage, honor, and bravery. It is the story of the fire service. Robert is a retired battalion chief from the California Department of Forestry. Carolyn is a former elementary teacher and principal. Their passion for the firefighting industry inspired Fire Memories, a nonprofit fire museum honoring the history and heritage of firefighting.
When I first started in the fire service, I had a fascination for fire extinguishers themselves because there's such a variety out there of different types. And so I collect a lot of different fire extinguishers, but then they were all stuck away in the garage in boxes, and she says, we need to display them so people can see them. And that was kind of the catalyst as to starting the Fire Museum.
Fire Memories has over 2,000 historical fire-related items and memorabilia on display. The museum is just south of Spokane, Washington, near the city of Cheney.
When you tell somebody you have a small fire museum and all that, and they think, okay, you got a garage full of a few things. Well, when they come out and actually see what we have, they are quite surprised by the scope of things that we have. You know, we don't just do one particular item, or we don't do just fire extinguishers, but we try and show a little bit about everything within the fire service.
As a nonprofit educational museum, Fire Memories accepts donations as admission. Tours are given by appointment only.
We have all kinds of people that want to come out, and a lot of times it's just a family itself, whoever wants to learn about the history and some of the stuff used in the fire service over all these years. We actually get some groups out here. We've had some church groups. We've had some elderly care facilities come out. I just hope that they'd have a better appreciation for the men and women in the fire service that are out there risking their lives to make sure that everybody else is safe.
We've had people from Germany, we've had them from Japan, we've had them from England, we've had them from Australia. It's a universal way of explaining the fire department.
What we're trying to work on right now is get a lot of the different firefighters out here, because a lot of the younger firefighters have no idea of the history of the fire service. We have a number of badges on display, some of them dating back into the late 1800s as well as current day badges. But one of the local area badges I really like is this one from Spokane City, which was an auxiliary badge, and it was used during World War II when a lot of the regular firefighters were off in the military service. They used local people as auxiliary firemen.
Early firefighters relied on trumpets as an important piece of equipment. Presentation trumpets like this one were given as gifts. In the 1800s, this versatile speaking trumpet was used by the foreman to shout orders. If a fight broke out between rival fire companies, it doubled as a club, and the firefighters found a third use for it.
They would put a cork in this end. They would lift it up. They would pour in the liquor and pass it around, celebrating the fire being out and enjoying the liquid refreshment.
Okay, let me show you about the nozzle real quick. This is what they call a Blanchard nozzle. And the idea was it could shoot around corners. I think one of our greatest joys is to be able to teach some of the young children about fire safety and also give them a little knowledge of the fire service in general. But right here is the oldest breathing apparatus that we have in this building. And it goes back to the early days of firefighting back in the 1800s. Firemen were required to have full-length beards. And people say, well, how did that work? They would take the beard, they'd put it in a pail of water, put it in their mouth, and that would filter the smoke when they would go into a building. And that's a true story. Sounds like ooh, doesn't it? Yeah. And so when I talk to the kids about that, they always remember the story about the beard. And so to me, I enjoy seeing that in kids, and at least they remembered some of the things that we talked about.
The Fire Memories Museum allows everyone to experience the historical apparatus and equipment of firefighting, and brings a sense of pride to this honorable profession, dedicated to saving lives. It's a labor of love that Robert and Carolyn love to share.
I just hope we're able to physically and of course financially be able to continue to do this for many years to come. We get a great joy out of doing it. It's been a lot of work, but I think in the long run it's well worth it. Everybody gather around.
I think the greatest joy that I have received is the connection between Bob and I in being able to do something together that we both enjoy. We enjoy empowering others, sharing all this information, the history, the caring of the firefighters, but we do it together. And I think Fire Memories has helped make that possible.
Thanks for coming.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.